early voting site, so anybody knows.
Okay.
2 weeks prior to election day. It is awesome. That's why it's so good. It's very good. How far?
I was terrible. Even U.S. government, I was terrible. There's a map over there too.
Yeah, so Oklahoma's down there.
It's in the same country.
Yeah.
It's in the same country.
That's right. It's a small world.
But you and any of your city commissioners,
Yeah, we were just having a conversation about that.
you guys are also good.
Yeah, we were just having a
Yeah. But you shouldn't sit in the habit of everything. Yeah.
Okay, I've been on my bed all my hours. Yeah.
So you got your remarks ready?
Yeah, I'm just saying some. Yeah, all good. Hopefully it works out.
I got it worked off the script.
I was on the script. I wrote some.
Ah, the mayor's here.
No, I'm not.
She's coming up. We close. How you doing? I'm doing well. All right, nice to see you. Not quite familiar, but I am in the good thing.
So we're, for some reason, I don't know if we need to like sort of comment. We respect people's time.
Yeah,
We're Saturday fun.
Yeah. No, 2 is rough. I think 5 and 4 or 5 is all right. At least you got home and still like. Is it a different feature? Yeah. And I tell you, but then I was gonna say like for like girls like 1 or 2.
on watch.
At least the day.
There's 80% chance it's already raining.
Yeah. I should have waited. I should have waited for the rain to stop before I walked in through. And had I jumped out of the car as soon as I shut it down, I wouldn't have gotten it wet. So I sat there for a second.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. All right. Ready? All right. We're still waiting for the mayor, but what we're going to do is just adjust the program so then that way we can be respectful of everyone's time. Thank you so much for being here today. Today we are gathered for a truly historic occasion. On Juneteenth, citizens across this great nation celebrated and celebrates the emancipation of formerly free slaves in this country. The story of Juneteenth demonstrates the principle of freedom and liberties, which starts with the ballot box. With that in mind, I am so proud to make the announcement that Orange County's first African-American supervisor of elections unveiling 2 new early voting locations in our community. The first will be located in the historic town of Eatonville, the oldest black incorporated municipality in the United States. I am so honored to be able to do my part to ensure that every voice is heard. The early voting site will be located in Eatonville's Town Hall building, which means more Orange County residents will have the opportunity to cast their ballot in a centralized location while embracing the town's rich history. The second location is Lyft Orlando's brand new building in West Lakes, Orlando. This site addresses the voting desert that currently exists in our community. I would like to thank our partners for helping the Supervisor of Elections Office to address these issues together. Thank you, Mayor Angie Gardner of the town of Eatonville, Ms. LaVon Wilder of the Eatonville Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Mark Shamley of Lyft Orlando, and last but not least, City of Orlando's newly elected District 5 Commissioner Shan Rose. Each will be giving remarks shortly. Fair and transparent elections are vital within our community and country to live up to this promise of liberty and justice for all. That's why within the first 9 days of my appointment, we implemented the first ever electoral live stream system in the state of Florida, and arguably in the nation, creating additional transparency and engaging more citizens in the electoral process. This system allows voters to log on from the convenience of their phones or tablets and view the ballot opening process, fostering more trust and more transparency in our work. We had over 1,000 people sign up for this effort within the first 48 hours of announcing. I consider my duty to innovate while following the law as written and constantly striving for excellence, just like the residents of Eatonville has been doing for over 136 years. Now I'd like to introduce Ms. LaVon Wilder from the town of Eatonville's Chamber of Commerce to give a couple of remarks. Come on down.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me just put this right here.
Good morning, everyone. We are very excited to be able to offer the opportunity to early vote in the historic town of Eatonville, Florida. We have a large senior and Rethink Your Commute population that will benefit immensely from the opportunity to early vote. I believe this will definitely increase our voter turnout. The convenience will also offer choices. We can choose to vote as soon as we know who we want to vote for. Early voting has also transformed the way that families vote. I love early voting with my daughter, taking a picture, getting our sticker, and posting that we have voted. I will definitely enjoy it more now that I'm able to early vote in the historic town of Eatonville, the town that freedom built. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much. Now I'd like to bring up Mr. Mark Shamley from Lyft Orlando. Mark?
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Glenn, thank you for the partnership and thank you for the opportunity to be part of this moment, to provide early voting to the residents of District 5. Lyft Orlando's mission is to strengthen neighborhoods so people can thrive. We invest in resources and in partnerships across 4 strategic areas: mixed income housing, cradle to career education, health and wellness, and economic viability. Lyft is proud to work with the Office of the Supervisor of Elections, with Glenn and his team, to include the Heart of Westlake's Wellness Center located at 710 South Tampa Avenue, right by Camping World Stadium, as an early voting site. It's appropriate for me to mention that here on Juneteenth, that Fannie Lou Hamer, the famous civil rights leader, indicated that no one's free until everyone is free. And voting is both a civil right and both an economic matter. And ensuring that the residents of Westlakes, and now including Washington Shores, Lake Man, Johnson Village, all of those communities now have access to early voting in our community. And so we're excited about the partnership, and this aligns with our mission, but most importantly, it allows us to amplify the voices of our residents. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to bring up District 5 Commissioner Shan Rose.
Good morning, everyone. I am thankful to be here. I want to thank Mr. Glenn Gilzine. Just a moment in history and go back to our Central Florida Urban League days. One of the first couple of months I started, we were in the middle of a campaign. We were in the middle of an election cycle. And Glenn turned over and he had confidence and he said, here you go. You're in charge of what this Central Florida does when it comes to getting out the vote. And so grateful for this opportunity, seeing that I've been fighting for years in civic engagement and getting out the vote, and this is definitely an opportunity for West Orlando to really thrive when it comes out to voting. As we saw yesterday's election, voter turnout was really low, and here's our opportunity for us to really, number one, educate the residents, educate the voters. We've got a little bit more time to let folks know, hey, we have a new site. The work has been put in, and so now it's time for us to work together within the community, with the organizations, to get the vote out. I'm committed as the newly elected commissioner to let the residents know, to let everyone know. We've got a few, Mr. Gilzine and I have been working, we got a few things going to come in the pipeline, so you all stay tuned. Voter engagement and civic engagement is a top priority so that everyone can have their voices heard on the ballot box, so thank you.
And last but not least, America's favorite mayor, Mayor Angie Gardner. Please come on down. Thank you so much, Mayor, for being here.
Thank you, thank you. I apologize for being late. Happy Juneteenth, everyone. Voting is one of the most important rights that we have in our freedoms, especially as we celebrate Juneteenth today. Having early voting means that we have more people, more votes counted, because then we ensure that we can avoid the challenges that might exist on voting day. But being an early voting site brings in the fact that you don't have to find a ride to the polls. You can walk to the voting sites. The town of Eatonville is a very significant location for many other reasons than just early voting. So I am so honored that the town of Eatonville will be hosting an early voting site this election season. And I hope that it's not just this election season. I look forward to it being a commonplace, a common happening. So again, thank you on behalf of the town, and I encourage everyone to get out and vote. We say we are free. Let's make sure that we show what that freedom can do to build a better democracy. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, that brings us to the conclusion. Since taking this office, I proposed a $1 million allocation budget specifically to fund voter outreach, training, education, and cybersecurity to the County Commission. Orange County is rapidly growing. We are currently the 5th largest supervisor of elections office, and prior to the November election, I feel confident that we'll become number 4, passing Hillsborough County. Finally, I'll be remiss if I didn't take this time to encourage our citizens of Orange County to please take advantage of the early voting to prevent long lines. And last but not least, thank you, the media, for being here to capture this story and making sure that the community is aware of these changes. Thank you. All right, where's Chris? All right. So now we follow whatever Chris tells us to do. Whatever Chris wants us to do, this is his show.
If anyone wants interviews,